everyone!
Hello!
Welcome to our December wrap-up. I'm Jessica.
I'm Christeena.
And you're watching Game of Tomes.
So, let's jump into it. The first one I finished this month was Waking Gods by...
Sylvain Neuvel.
Thank you!
Sure.
You knew that off the bat. This is the second book in the Themis Files. We read the first one a couple months ago for our In Real Life book club. So I decided to go ahead and listen to the second one. I gave it 4 stars. It picked up exactly where the first one left off, and I really appreciated that.
I love when that happens.
And there were some interesting new characters as well. Overall, I really enjoyed it. The second one that I finished was 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. I got this last year at our In Real Life book club book exchange Christmas edition. I finally finished it. I gave it 4 stars. I didn't really care that much about it until I was probably halfway through. I just felt like it took a little while to get to the story. I thought there was actually a really good plot twist, and I thought the ending was really good. I'm like 99% sure it's a series, and I do want to continue it. So, overall, 4 stars.
We read Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I was a huge fan of this movie to begin with.
Not seen it.
And you need to. I meant to watch it before Christmas happened.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it before New Year's happens. No. Oh, I won't.
That's in like 2 days.
Yeah. I think if I hadn't seen the movie, I wouldn't have loved it as much as I did. I gave this 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a lovely time.
I gave it 3.5.
Yeah.
I was really into it for the first like 3/4 of it because I just thought it was super sweet. It was really touching.
Yeah.
It kept reminding me to be humble, just to appreciate things better.
Right.
But towards the last quarter of it, I was kind of like over it. It's just kind of dragging on a little bit longer than I wanted it to. Overall, I thought it was really, really sweet and I enjoyed it.
I thought it was really good too. I thought it was, well, for one, very gender stereotypical. I kind of feel like, what do you expect from something that was published in 1830 something?
Yeah, in the time period that it was set in.
Right. It feels at times like a morality play. Like each chapter feels like it's a lesson that one of the girls learned, and she learned how to take care of her husband, and then another time she
learned how to control her anger, and then she learned to not be greedy and materialistic.
Yeah. And it could kind of get like, okay, I get it.
I thought it was really cute. I'm glad that I finally read this.
Yeah,
and it was a good time to read it.
Yeah.
So,
yay, Little Women.
Yep.
Then we finished listening to Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, which is the 3rd book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. We did a review and discussion for all 3 of these books. We'll leave them linked down below. I kind of changed my ratings a little bit upon reflection. I needed some time away from the series to reflect. For Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I gave it 4.5 repeated.
I gave it 5.
For the second one, Days of Blood and Starlight, I gave it 4.5.
I gave it 4.5 as well.
Okay. For the 3rd book, Dreams of Gods and Monsters, I gave 3 stars too.
I gave 3 stars as well.
Oh. If you want to hear all of our thoughts about it, you can go and, check out the discussion or read the review. Basically, we liked the book.
Yeah.
But we didn't like the way it ended, and also we stopped caring about the characters as much, and we found some of the stuff that happened a little not realistic-ish.
I feel like a lot was left unexplained.
And rushed.
Yeah. Again, we did enjoy it, and I'm glad that we read it, and I'm glad we finished it.
I'm glad we read the series, yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely a series that, for us, got worse as it went on.
Yeah.
Then, we read
Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo.
Thank you.
The first book in the Grisha trilogy.
This was for our In Real Life book club.
Yes.
I gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 3.5 stars. I liked it a lot. It was a bit formulaic, I would say, as far as YA fantasy goes.
What do you mean by formulaic?
I mean, a girl grows up, learns that she has powers that she didn't know she had.
Right.
And then gets taken in and goes to school to train.
I see what you're saying. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that.
Right. The world was really cool, though. I really like the whole Imperial Russia vibe that you get.
I thought that was really unique. I've not read a fantasy
I haven't either.
anything kind of set in Russia, and I really, really like that aspect a lot.
I do too, and I liked the Darkling a lot. It was very obvious to me that he was kind of inspired by Rasputin. I could draw hardcore lines between this book and Mistborn, and this book and Hunger Games. I just felt like each time I was reading it, I was like, oh, I've kind of seen that before.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I tried to cut a little bit of slack because I know that this was her first novel.
This is her first book. And
which, I mean, for her first book...
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And I liked it a lot. We want to read Six of Crows.
Absolutely.
But I'm not excited to continue on this. I kind of feel like I've gotten what I want out of it.
You got that introduction into the world.
So can I now go on to Six of Crows and it'd be okay? Or what I want to know is, am I going to miss some references if I don't read the last 2 books in the series?
Let Jessica know if she can go ahead and read Six of Crows or she should continue. If you're going to miss references to people...
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on references.
Right, I understand.
I like references.
Yeah, I do too. Because you're like, oh, I get that, because I read the other books.
And make the experience richer.
Right.
So we're both currently listening to World Without End by Ken Follett, the second in the Kingsbridge series, Pillars of the Earth being the first one. I love this series so much, and I feel transported into medieval England. It's set in I believe, the fake made-up town of Kingsbridge. The second book that I'm reading now, there's a lot of parallels between what's happening in this book that takes place 200 years later and what happened in the first book. I kind of feel like I love it, but at the same time I'm like, is he manipulating me? Is it the same story but like
retold centuries later?
Yeah. Or am I supposed to like get from it that history kind of repeats itself and nothing ever really changes? The thing about this book is that there's a lot of violence in it, and there's, I think, even more violence in it than the first book. There's some sexual scenes, but also like sexual violence. And there was like a scene where a man gets flayed alive, and like he describes that very clinically, and it was just really gross.
I don't think I'm even 3 hours into it. I'm probably not gonna finish it.
That's okay. It's 45 hours?
I think so, yeah.
I'm halfway through it now. The third one just came out like a couple months ago.
Oh, interesting.
And it's on Audible, so I'm gonna be getting it.
Right. I'm also currently reading on my Kindle Davenport House by Marie Silk. It's set in like 1915, and it follows a girl whose father dies mysteriously, and she kind of gains control of the house and his will, and her mother is very upset about it and not very nice, and it's not that good, but I'm still like 50% of the way through it. Oh, and I don't know why I keep reading it. I didn't want to start a physical book because we are about to start Outlander with a bunch of other booktubers. At the same time, I just like to read a book when I go to bed. It's just enough to where I want to know what's going on, but the writing is bad, and it puts me to sleep easy.
Good.
I don't know if I'm gonna really continue it or not. I'm 50% of the way through. I didn't add it on Goodreads. I had intentions to DNF it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just... whatever. I'll read it until I just don't feel like it, I guess. I don't really recommend it, though.
Okay, so we're starting Outlander January 2nd.
Yes, we are. With Krista from Books and Jams, Julie from Pages and Pens, Samantha Leanne over at Leanne's Lit, Nicole from Who Picked This Book, and her co-hostess with the mostest, Jin.
Yeah, good job.
Is that everybody?
Yeah. And me and you.
And us! I am really, really excited.
I am too.
We have set a daunting reading goal for each day, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
2 chapters a day.
Some chapters are great. Other chapters apparently are
like 100 pages.
Yeah.
And it'll take us 3 weeks at that pace.
So,
but I'm ready for it.
I am too.
I am so hyped for this book.
I was really surprised Samantha Leanne is like, yeah, this will be like my 4th time reading it. And I'm like,
why are you doing this?
Why? And she's like, I'm trash for it. I'm really excited. We haven't buddy read any books with Jin,
no,
Julie, or Krista.
Right.
So I'm really excited, and this will be our first very big.
Shoot,
buddy.
we also have a friend in book club, Erin.
Oh yeah.
Erin's gonna be reading it too.
Yeah. She's also worried about the pace of it, but I mean, you know, we are too, so it's all good. We're gonna struggle through it together. Also,
yeah,
we are reading.
What are we reading?
From Here to Eternity.
I forgot.
By Caitlin Doughty.
Yes. I'm gonna be getting the audiobook for that one because she narrates it herself, and I really like Caitlin Doughty.
I'm really excited to listen to her narrate it. This past January of this year, 2017, we read Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doughty. And so this is her second novel, and I'm really excited to listen
nonfiction.
to it. Nonfiction.
Nonfiction about death and death culture.
She was a mortician. Yeah. So
I'm excited for that one. Also,
I am too.
Also, when I finish Outlander, I have plans to read The Alchemist and annotate it.
Yeah. That's what we read in December, and that is a small little TBR of January for us. So
I think that's probably all I'm gonna read.
Yeah.
I only read 2 physical books this month. I'm probably only gonna read 2 physical books next month, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm having a really good time reading what I'm reading.
I am too. And
quality over quantity.
Well, and I was gonna say Little Women was a chunker.
It was.
And Outlander is a chunker.
Yeah, it is.
So, I'm fine with it.
Me too. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. When you play the Game of Tomes,
you read or you die.
Come be our friends. Social media links in the description below.
And we hope you're reading a great book.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's start this thing.
Last January.
Yeah. Okay. Get your head in the game.
Okay.